Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Dear students, how are you doing? I hope to be fine. Well, this is Sayyid Sami IELTS and you're watching my YouTube channel, Sami IELTS. Well, today we're going to discuss all about IELTS reading academic and IELTS reading journal, right? Question is that, academic students and journal students, when they appear in IELTS exam, reading section, remember students, reading and writing, we have difference in these two papers, right? For example, student A is appearing in IELTS academic and student B is appearing in IELTS journal. Now, student A, when listening starts, right? So student A and student B both will receive the same paper. Right? Like there is no difference in listening section. So remember students, listening and speaking, these two tests, these two papers, the same. Okay, so there is no special approach, there is no extra change in listening and speaking exam of both the candidates, right? Academic and journal training. Yes, the difference is only in two modules, in two sections. That is IELTS academic reading and IELTS academic writing. Now, when listening starts, so student A and student B both will receive the same paper. When reading starts, yes, so student A will receive different paper and student B will receive different paper. And when writing starts, the same story is again repeated. Student A will receive different paper and student B will receive different paper, right? So now let's talk about academic reading and journal reading. When reading exam starts, remember students, 40 questions for academic and 40 questions for journal as well. The difference is again in band calculator. Fine. Remember student that academic reading is very hard, very challenging, okay, and it needs more extra efforts, while GT text is pretty easy and a bit relaxed. Yes, GT passage 1 is a bit easy, and then GT passage number 2 is a bit more difficult, and then GT passage number 3 is like the most challenging and the most difficult one, and this is just like academic passage 1 in fact. So now, as far as the band calculator, yes, now let's discuss that how, band is given to academic students and how band is given to GT students. So for example, look students now, if we see academic, right? So academic band calculator is very relaxed, but academic text is very difficult. So this is what, relaxation is given to academic students, all right? So if on one side, text is difficult, so band calculator is a bit relaxed, and, banding criteria is a bit, very low as compared to IELTS GT. GT students, they will receive very easy text, but band calculator, yes, and, banding criteria is quite hard. You can see now here, for example, if one student of academic, he is correcting 1 and 39 wrong out of 41 correct, so he is getting 1 band out of 9. And the same story is there now. For example, if GT student comes and if he is correcting, 1, so for one correct answer, he will be getting 1 band. And if he is correcting 2 answers, still he is getting 1 band in this case. But if we see, academic, if you are somewhere, 2 or 3, if you correct 1 or if you correct 3, so you will be given straight 2 bands. Now for 2 bands, GT students, look, they will have to struggle a little bit more harder and they will have to go to 3 to 5. If you correct 3, 4 or 5, so that you would be able to get 2 bands in this case. And here if you see, not, like 5, yes, but you will be correcting 2 or 3 so that you can, get 2 bands in this case. If you go to academic, so 4 or 5, right? Remember students, if you correct 4 or if you correct 5, you'll be getting 2.5, but for 2.5, GT students will have to correct 6, 7, or 8. Somewhere you correct 6 answers, you correct 7, or if you correct 8 answers, then you will be able to get 2.5 band. Now let's talk about academic students. Yes, if in case you correct 6 or 7, for example, 6 correct answers and 34 wrong, or if in case you correct 7 and 33 wrong, you'll be getting 3 bands. But for 3 bands, GT students, look, they will have to struggle more, and they will have to correct 9, 10, and 11. So if you correct 10, or somewhere 9 or 11 in between this, then you will be able to get 3 bands. Guys, remember now, just move on 8 to 9, 3.5, right? And 12 to 14, 3.5. And if you're standing somewhere 10, 11, or 12, academic students I'm talking about, so you'll be getting 4 bands. But if in case, you correct 15, 16, 17, and 18 in between somewhere, then you will be, able to get 4 bands. Now let's talk about 4.5. For 4.5 academic students, they'll have to, touch 13 minimum and 14 the max somewhere, so that you can get 4.5. But GT students, okay, they will have to reach, 19. And if they touch 19, then they would be, able to get 4.5 in this case. Let's talk about 5 band. For 5 band, 15, okay, minimum, and 18 the maximum, somewhere 15, 16, and 17, 18. This case, you will be able to get 5. But GT students, 23 to 26, which is really now more challenging, guys. Just imagine that 23 correct answers will give you 5 band. But if you correct 23 in academic tests, you straight away, just get 6 bands. But if you correct 30 in GT, so you will be able to get 6 band in this case. Guys, see, there is now massive difference here, academic and GT. Academic students, 23 is giving you 6 band, but GT students 30, almost like 70 to 75%, or even 80% your test, if you correct, then you will be able to get 6 band in this case. Now 27 is giving you 6.5 academic students, but 32 is giving you 6.5 GT students. Now 30 correct answers will give you 7 bands, but 34 correct answers will give you 7 bands. And now, guys, remember, 33 and 34, they'll give you 7.5, and 36 is giving you 7.5 in GT. 35 to 36, they'll give you 8 band, but 37 to 38, they'll give you 8 here. And now let's talk about 8.5 academic and 8.5 GT. 8.5, you will have to correct 37 or 38 out of 40 to touch 8.5. But GT students, you will have to correct 39 to get 8.5. And if you correct 39 or 40 somewhere, so you will be getting straight 9 out of 9. And GT students, they will have to correct 40 out of 40 to touch 9 bands. This is all about IELTS, reading and, academic and journal differences, right? Inshallah, soon I'm going to record one more video in more detail all about academic reading and journal reading, format differences, and then passage differences. And there are so many more things that inshallah I'll be recording another very detailed lecture. See you soon, inshallah. Guys, have a nice day, have a nice time. Take very good care of yourself. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.